Hello, can you hear me? Testing the microphone. You say there's no God. You Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our concluding part of this week's training, which is vision board and goal setting and vision board. So because of the many holidays we have this week and the break in transmissions, I will just give a quick recap of all that we've done from the beginning, and then we'll round it up and we will still write our assessment today. So in the next 1 hour, we're going to go through the entire slide, and I've shared the slide in the platform so that you can follow with me and you can read up on your own. And then we will round off and have our assessments, which is always easy because I've been seeing the assessments and everybody is just acing the assessment. So it means that the lessons are quite easy to understand your, learning. And it also means that I'm also a good teacher, because for you to be able to understand and score an A in the course means that the teacher taught well, you understood it well, and you're able to apply it effectively. Now, this is our concluding part, goal setting and vision board. This is part of my 6 weeks, my 6-week teaching practice exercise. It's part of my UNILAG postgraduate diploma in education requirement. So thank you for being in my class. I am specializing in adult education, and that's why we're doing this. So the objective of this class, by the end of this class, you should be able to understand the fundamental principles and objectives of effective goal setting. Fundamental principles and objectives of fundamental principles and benefits of effective goal setting. You should be able to learn practical strategies for setting and achieving personal and academic goals. You should be able to explore the power of visualization and creating inspiring vision boards. And you should be able to develop actionable plans for integrating goal setting and vision into your daily life. We read a case study the beginning of the class, and we're not going to be going back into it. You can watch the replay on the replay that we had on Tuesday. The case study is there so that you can catch on that. We have dealt with part 1 and 2, but I'm going to run through it again for the benefit of people that are joining us for the first time. So, the foundations of goal setting and vision. This is the core concept. Why goals matter? What are goals? This is what you ask yourself. What is a goal? What is a goal? A goal is simply something that you want to achieve. That is how simple it is. A goal is what you want to achieve. And for you to want to achieve something, you should be able to know what that thing is. So why does it matter? It matters because knowing what you want to achieve, it provides clarity. So you actually know when you have achieved it. Because if you don't have a goal, how will you know when you have reached it? If you don't know when you woke up this morning and you got dressed, you don't know, you didn't have the goal that you're going to your office in Victoria Island, 14 Victoria Island. That is your goal. If you don't have a goal like that, how will you know? How will you know how to get to Victoria Island? And how will you know that you have gotten there? That is why goal is vitally important. When you see people that do not have direction, they don't know what they want to do with their lives, they're just wondering, anything you ask them, they tell you, I don't know. They have no goals, because goals provide direction, goals provide clarity, goals increases motivation, goals boost your confidence, it fosters your personal growth, it improves your performance. The psychology of achievement, how our beliefs and focus influences our outcome. So, there is a belief that this is what I want to achieve. I can do this thing. I can be able to achieve this thing. I am capable of doing it. If someone else have done it before, I too can do it. That is the psychology of achievement. These are the things that are that the foundation underneath the goal. Because if you don't believe that you can do something, even if everybody believes for you, there is no way you'll be able to do it, because you need to do your own believing. Now, beyond goals, you need to have a vision, because the vision is a big picture. You have a big picture, and the goals are the little steps that you have to reach to be able to get to that vision. Before a goal can be effective, there must be a vision. And in defining your vision, you have to define your values. What truly matters to you? Example, honesty, creativity, helping others. You must define the purpose of that vision. What impact do you want to make? What is your why? Why do you want to achieve this goal? Why, if you want to be a doctor, why do you want to be a doctor? Let's say the vision is, I want to become a medical doctor, a neurosurgeon. It has to be grounded under your values of helping others. And your purpose is you want to make an impact. You want to be a blessing to people. You want to help people in your community. Maybe there are no adequate doctors in your community, or no qualified neurosurgeons in your community, and you want to become one so that you can be able to help the people in that area. That is a solid why. There should be a why behind your vision, because the truth is, in your journey to achieving this vision, there will be obstacles, there will be challenges. If your why is not solid, you're going to fall back. That's why people give up and throw in the towel. When their why is not strong enough, it's easy to give up. But when your why is strong enough, Even when the challenges comes, you face the challenges and you overcome it. So there should be a purpose, and then you have to align your goal with your vision. Your vision of becoming a medical doctor, that's the big vision. What are the goals? Right now, let's say you're a student in secondary school. The next goal that you should have now is to be able to write your WAEC, write those core subjects that you need for your medical program, your biology, your chemistry, your mathematics, be able to pass it, get the right JAMB combination subjects, pass it, get into the university year one, pass your year one, do your year two, write your first MB. These are different goals that leads you towards the big vision. So if you don't have a big vision, how will you be able to set the small goals that will lead you there? And if you don't set those goals, how will you be able to achieve or get to that vision that you have set for yourself? You see how these two work hand in hand. Vision is the big picture. Goals are the steps that you take to get there. And of course, when you get into goals, goals are still broken down into plans, which are the steps that you take to get to the goal. And then goals are the steps that you take to get to your vision. Your goals must align with your vision. You can't say that I have a vision of becoming a medical doctor, and then you're writing subjects like literature and English, art subjects, music in your WAEC. Those goals are not leading you to your vision. Your goals must align with the vision. I'm sure that you have that. You understand what we mean. Now, we're still under the foundation of goal setting and vision, the power of visualization. You must see. Seeing is believing. You must see yourself achieving that vision. You must see yourself achieving that goal, even before you take the first step. Visualization is the act of using your imagination, your imagination, to picture yourself in that place of, achieving the goal that you want. Can you see yourself in the doctor's robe? Can you see yourself attending to patients? Can you see yourself in the in the theater performing surgery? Can you see yourself? Can you visualize yourself even coming down to the steps that leads to the goal? Can you see yourself passing your WAEC with flying colors? Can you see yourself scoring over 350 in JAMB to guarantee that your name will be on the merits list? Can you see yourself acing your subjects, your anatomy, all of those subjects? Can you see yourself acing your first MB, your second MB? Can you see yourself graduating as a doctor? Can you see yourself as a resident? Can you see yourself in your housemanship? You have to visualize all of these things before you even take the first step. Because where your mind cannot go to, your body will probably not get there. How will you get there if your mind can't touch it? That is why visualization is so powerful. You must see the end before you even begin. You must know where you want to go. See it. See yourself at the end. And then you discipline your body to follow through to get there. So, visualization, how visualizing success activates similar neural pathways as actually performing the action. So science have shown that the brain does not know the difference between what is visualized and what is actually being acted upon. So as you're visualizing, your brain does not know whether you're doing it now, or you're thinking it. The brain gets the same response. So the power of visualization is to be able to strengthen your brain, to build those neural pathways that convinces the brain that this is your experience. And then as you begin to take those necessary steps, your brain accepts it and it provides everything that you need. The opportunities, you begin to see and attract the opportunities. That's why visualization is very, very powerful. And the visualization leads you to actions. You begin to attract the opportunities. And as you take steps towards those opportunities that are coming your way, you take those steps towards the things that you need to do, it will lead to manifestation. So without the actions, you will never have manifestation. Manifestation is actually the physical, having the physical manifest, as in having the physical thing, being the actual doctor, or owning that piece of property that you've always wanted to. That is manifestation. A lot of people want to get into manifestation without doing the work, without having a vision, having their goals, visualizing, taking appropriate steps or actions that will lead them to the place of manifestation. And that's why we keep praying and praying and praying, and we have no answer. When we pray to God, God releases instructions to us. He releases direction, either through his words, through people, through, it can be anybody, through books. When you follow through, you come to manifestation. But the thing is that a lot of people do not want to listen. They do not want to get the direction. They do not want to follow the direction, but they want God to come down from heaven and do it for them. Imagine praying and declaring that you're going to be a medical doctor, but you don't want to go to medical school. You want God to come and study the medicine for you. That's what happens when believers pray sometimes and they don't take actions. And it will look as if God is a bad God that does not answer prayer. But the truth is that God gives us the direction. We are the ones that are supposed to take the necessary step that will lead us to manifestation. It works both ways, both in the spiritual and in the natural. The principles are the same. So take your time. We did this in class, but I want to encourage you, take your time on your own. Since this is a general concluding session, take your time and practice the act of visualizing. Just close your eyes, 30 seconds, 1 minute. See yourself owning that thing, being that person, being that place that you want to be. That is how you visualize. Now we'll get into strategies, practical goal setting strategies. There are methods to setting effective goals. Like if you're part of this community or you've hung around us for so long, you know that goal setting is something that we talk about all the time. Then your toolkit for success is setting SMART goals. The SMART is an acronym that means S represents specific. Your goal has to be specific. You must know exactly what you want. It has to be clearly defined. It shouldn't be ambiguous. Oh, I want a new car, or I want a car. It means that maybe one of these cars that they parked in mechanics, they can bring it and give you. That's a car. You have to be specific. You should be able to point out what you want and say, that's exactly what I want. Not just, oh, God bless me. Oh, I just want to pass my exam. Oh, I just want to have a promotion. Oh, I just want to change a new job. What job? What industry? Where? What position? You have to be very specific, because the clearer your goal is, the more easy it is for you to identify the opportunities that will lead you there. That's why specific is number one. The second on the SMART acronym is measurable. It has to be quantifiable. Progress can be tracked. For instance, you want to be a doctor. You have to be able to track the progress. Okay, my WAEC exams, my WAEC subjects, okay, I have the right combination. I have passed my WAEC tick. I have gotten my JAMB tick. I have my admission tick. I'm entering into year one. Like the progress has to be tracked. It has to be quantifiable. It has to be achievable, realistic, and attainable. It will be challenging, but it should be attainable. Has anybody done this before? Yes. So it's achievable, it's attainable, not something that you know that is not achievable. The example I gave in class is you're in Nigeria, born in Nigeria. You just say, I will be the president of America. Like, how would that even happen? You're not even an American citizen. You don't even live in America. You don't even have a visa to go to. Like, how? So it's unrealistic. Your goal has to be realistic. It has to be achievable. Though challenging, it has to be achievable. It also has to be relevant. It has to be aligned with your vision and values. Your goals has to be, like we talked about, earlier. Your goals should be leading you towards your vision. It shouldn't be leading you away from your vision. So it has to be relevant. And finally, your goal must be time bound. If there is no deadline to your goal, it is not a goal, it's a wish. The difference between a wish and a goal is that a goal has a timeline. There is a specific date to which it will be achieved. A wish is open-ended. Oh, I wish I can do this. I wish I can do this. It's just a wish. But once you put a date and a time to it, by 31st of June, I should have finished this book. I should have finished this course. I should have finished this. It becomes a goal. Your goal has to be time-bound. That is what makes it a SMART goal. Example, I will improve my maths grade from a C to a B by the end of this next term by attending extra tutoring sessions twice a week and dedicating 30 minutes daily to practice problems. This is a very SMART goal. It is specific, it is measurable, it's achievable, it is relevant, and it's time-bound. So make sure you pass your goals, any goal that you have, no matter how small, pass it through this SMART goal acronym. If it doesn't pass this, then you go back to the drawing board. Your goal has to be very clear to the point that if you see it anywhere, you'll be able to tell that's it. Or if you hear the opportunity anywhere, you should be able to say, that's it. An example one of our students gave us in class, he said that this year, one of the goals that he set for himself, that he wants to learn digital skills. When he set that goal, no laptop, no place to learn it, but that's what he wanted. So your goal is not something that you already have or something that you can achieve. It's a desire. So that was his desire. And then all of a sudden, he got to know about the free digital training that is going on at the Transformation Center. And because that was his goal, it was easy for him to spot that opportunity. There are so many people that have come through that flyer and they just flung it away. It was not a goal for them. So the opportunity, there's no clarity. They couldn't see it. Immediately, they spoke about that digital training program at the Transformation Center. He spotted the opportunity and he came to the center. Now, he's also part of the people they have. The last time I saw him, he was facilitating a class with the laptops at the center. Imagine that. So your goals, when they are very clear, when there is clarity, when they are clearly defined, it's easy for you to spot the opportunities that will lead you there. Now let's progress. Now there are different goal hierarchy and prioritization. There is long-term goals. These are long-term goals between 5 to 10 years. Example, your career, major life achievements, etc. There are midterm goals between 1 to 3 years. They are also stepping stones. They are called stepping stones to long-term goals. So these are things that you need to do that will lead you to your long-term goals. Then there are short-term goals. These are daily, weekly actions, immediate steps that you have to take. So your short-term goals lead you to your mid-term goals, which ultimately leads you to your long-term goals. Everything has to be aligned. Then there are prioritization, different prioritization methods. This is the Eisenhower matrix. This is to help you to be able to differentiate between things that are urgent and important, things that are urgent but not important, things that are not urgent, not important, things that are not urgent and not important. So that these are the things that helps you to, manage your time well, so that you don't waste your time doing other things, so you can focus your time and attention on the goals, which are the most important things to you. So you should be able to differentiate the things that are urgent and important. You do it immediately. Things that are urgent but not important, you can do it later on. Things that are not urgent but important, you can still delegate it. Things that are not urgent, not important, you can just scrap it completely because these are time wasters. Then there is a Pareto principle. This is the 80-20 rules, which states that 80% of results come from 20% of effort. So you need to identify that 20% that gives you the 80% of results. So there is the 20%, there is something that you do, just the small effort that you put in that 20% will give you 80% results. If you're able to identify and invest in that thing, you'll be able to be more productive so that you don't waste your time on the 80% that gives you 20% result. So 20% produces 80. So we must identify the vital few things, the vital few people, the vital few friends that adds more value to your life, and then focus on them and excuse the rest. So we'll have an exercise for a midterm goal. Brainstorm 3 short-term actions that you need to do to achieve it. Remember, your midterm goal are things that you want to achieve between 1 to 3 years. Can you identify three short-term actions that you can take in order to get there? That is an assignment that you need to do on your own. We're still on practical goal setting strategies, implementation and tracking. You must monitor your goals. You have to monitor your progress. Then there are tracking and monitoring. There are methods that you can use. You can journal, like writing down journals every day. See the things that I achieved today. These are the things that I accomplished. I do that every month. Like we're getting into June now. I have my goal for the month of June. And every week, I write the things that I want to achieve every week. And then I track it on a daily basis. Which one have I done? Which one have I not done? By the end of the week, I'm able to check the things that I've done, the things that I've not been able to do. If I need to carry it over to the next week, I'll carry it over to the next week. But if I need to make sure that it's finished in that month, I put in extra effort to be able to do that. And I can only do that because I have been able to specify that this is what I want to achieve in this month. So please take your time. If you've not been doing this, take your time every single month, write out what you must achieve in that month and begin working actively to it. Another one is review. Regularly assess your progress, weekly, monthly. If you have friends that accountability partners, you can review your goals together weekly or monthly. That's why being in an accountability program is vitally important. When you know that you're accountable to someone, you're going to give account of what you've achieved, it will actually propel you to actually take action so that you don't feel embarrassed when everybody's sharing what they've done and you just stay there and say, I didn't do anything. Adjustments, be flexible, even in your goal setting, be flexible. If something is not working, adapt your approach. You can bend. We are not a tree. If something is not working, you can move, can shift. you can bend until you get to the place, to the one that is working, still in line with your goal. In overcoming obstacles, there are skills that we need to imbibe even in our goal setting. I mentioned here, as long as you're living, as long as you have a vision, there must be obstacles on your way to achieving that vision. There must be obstacles on your way. This is not a bad confession. This is life. These are the things that they should have taught us, so that when started encountering obstacles, we will not think that our life has finished. These are things that we should teach our young people. Let them know that there will be obstacles on your way to life. There will be challenges. But that's where resilience comes in, your ability to bounce back and learn from your failures, learn from the mistakes. If we begin to teach this very, very much, people will no longer give up. Things like committing suicide, giving up in life, throwing in the towel will be drastically reduced, because now building resilience will be on a high. Overcoming obstacles, motivation, you must find your why. That's why I mentioned you must have a why behind whatever it is that you want to achieve, because obstacles will come. It is only your why that can keep you standing. Because sometimes the challenges may be so bad, it is only your why that can keep you standing. So your why has to be very, very, very strong. You must have a why for everything that you want to do, and it has to be a solid why, anchored in helping people and improving the lives of others. That's how you do it. These are the things that you need as you go on your journey of achieving your goals and vision. Now we'll get into creating vision boards. These two topics, they go hand in hand. Vision boards are just pictorial representation of your goals. The things that you've set for yourself, the goals that you've set for yourself, finding images that represent those things, putting on a board and placing it where you can look at it every day as a continual reminder of your goals. Vision boards are very powerful because they put your goal before you. You look at it every day. And the more you're looking at your goal, the more it's easy for you to identify opportunities as they come. They say out of sight, out of mind. Vision board puts your goals in front of you, in your mind, at always. It might just be a casual conversation going on somewhere and they mention something. You just attract it immediately because it's something that you're focusing on. And you become what you behold. As you behold those great visions and dreams, as you behold it, you become it. You'll be going towards that direction. You to yourself, you don't even know how you are going there. But finally, you find yourself there and be like, oh my goodness, I remember when this was in my vision board. Opportunities will be coming your way. And as you take the steps, you see yourself in that place and you're like, oh my goodness, this was a dream, but now it's a reality. That's why vision boards are so powerful. It is the picture representation of your goals. Creating and utilizing vision boards. Bringing your vision to life. There are different things that you can put on your vision. Affirmations, positive statements that you can put on your visions, your declarations. I have one that I'm looking at right now. I have thanksgiving and confession, positive statements. I see myself, I put a picture of myself smiling. This is how I always see myself, happy and joyful and thankful. That's a vision board. So your vision board can have statements of who you are, statements of what you want to achieve, the goals that you want to achieve, the person that you want to be. These are things that you can put on your vision board. Spend time with your vision board daily. Look at each image. Feel the emotion of achieving it. Connect with your vision board. See yourself there. Enjoy it. Enjoy having the things that you put there. Enjoy being the person that you have put there. See yourself in those places, in your mind. See, you can travel anywhere in your mind. Nobody can come there and say, come back. You don't have the right to go to America, go to Dubai, go to the Bahamas in your imagination. Nobody can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. And guess what? If you cannot see yourself in those places inside your mind, you will not get there in your body. Except somebody packs you in the suitcase, packs you in the suitcase, or someone that has the vision drags you along. But if you can't see yourself achieving something, you will not be able to achieve it. Be present with your visions and goals. Keep it before you all the time. Keeping your vision board current. As you achieve your goals, update your board, add new aspirations. It's a living document of your dream. Vision boards are not just idle things that you just, oh, let me just paste this thing that you take for granted. They are living documents of your dream. See that thing as your future. This is my future. When you see like that, it changes your perspective about that vision board. And it will help you to be able, if you don't have a vision board, today, you can even go on Canva and put pictures together, print it out and place it on your wardrobe door or your bathroom mirror or your bedside wall. Look at it every day, or your dressing mirror. See those things every day. Connect with it. This is how, one of the major ways that I've been able to, achieve the things I know I've achieved, the little things I've achieved in this my life. I have put it in my vision, but I've connected to it. I've seen myself in those places, doing those things, writing books, publishing books, being an inspirational coach, traveling around the world. Many of them have not yet come to pass, but they shall surely come to pass, because many of them have come to pass, telling me that it works. Even the Bible says it, writes the vision, make it plain on tablets, so that he that readeth it may run. Though it may tarry, wait for it. It will surely come to pass. It will surely come to pass. It may not happen in 1 year or 2 years. It might happen in 5 years or 10 years. But is it not better that it happened in 5 years or 10 years than it did not happen at all? If you don't dream it, it will never happen. So if you dream it today and it happens in 5 years, it's not a bad thing. It's wonderful. But if you don't dream it today, it will never happen. And you will not even know what you have missed. So create your vision board today. Write down affirmations relating to your goals, the things that you want to achieve, and place it on your vision board. Action, planning, and integrating and implementation. From vision to reality, your action plan. Goal setting and vision board provide example of simple templates. Okay. I think you can just go online. This is an assignment that you do. Go online and ask Google or ask Gemini to create a simple template of a vision board or a SMART goal for you, so that it will give you an example of what it looks like, so that you can be able to create yours if you haven't. So action planning, take concrete steps, break down each short-term goal into specific manageable actions, assign deadlines to each action steps. Remember, if you don't put a timeline or a deadline to your goal, it is just a wish. You have to know exactly when this thing will be achieved. Now, who is your accountability partner? This is one of the reasons why a lot of people do not achieve their goals. They want to do it alone on their own. Everybody needs an accountability partner, somebody that you talk to. Please, so my sister, my brother, see, this is what I'm working on, and I want to achieve this thing by this. Please, can you hold me accountable to this? Please, can you check on me every week? Or I'll check in with you and let you know my progress every week until this is achieved. This alone is the reason why 80% of us have not achieved any goal this year. You do not have accountability, nobody to account for. You just stay on your own. You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. That tomorrow have not yet come, and you've not been able to achieve it. So accountability, who will you share your goal with? Is he a teacher? Is he a parent? Is he a peer that can hold you accountable? If you have to pay for an accountability platform, pay. You will achieve more in the year that you pay for accountability and stick with the accountability than you have ever achieved in 10 years. I'm telling you, you will achieve more in 1 year of accountability than 10 years without accountability. And if you think that you're a high flyer and you've been achieving without any accountability, you can now imagine what you'll be able to achieve with accountability. So, find an accountability partner today. Call a friend. This I've been wanting to write this book since 20 years. That book, you can finish it in a month with accountability, paid or free. It's because you're not accountable to anybody. That's why you've not been able to put that goal, to work. Now, how do we integrate this into our daily lives? Routines. How can you incorporate goal setting, review, and visualization into your morning or evening routine? That's a question that you have to answer. I do this in the mornings during my prayer time. It's also a great time for me to look at my vision, my dream, to make my declaration and my affirmation, just connect, write my goals for the day or for the week or for the month. During my prayer time, is a routine. I do it every day. My vision book, my journal is right by my bedside. Every day I connect with it, make it a daily habit, a routine. Habits. Develop positive habits that support your goals. Example, dedicated study time, daily exercise, regular reflection. Just know that consistency is key. Write it if you're taking notes. Consistency is key. Small, consistent actions lead to significant results over time. Do you know that every day you get up and exercise for 30 minutes, just take a walk around your estate or whatever street or wherever? I'm not talking about paying money anyway. Just go and walk 30 minutes every day consistently. It will do so much to your health than going to the gym once in 1 month and exercising for 3 hours. Consistency is key. It is not that one buffet that you ate at that wedding where you ate all the things on the table that made you fat. It is the consistency of eating large sums of food, a large amount of food that is making you fat. And if you're trying to add weight, it is not that one big meal that you eat that will make you fat. It is consistently feeding yourself with healthy food that will make your body blossom. So consistency is key. If you're waiting to sit down one day and finish the book, that day will not come. But you can take a page a day, 2 pages, 3 pages, dedicate 30 minutes a day to that book project, and it will be done in less than a month. Consistency is key. Consistency, write it. Consistency is key. Now we're drawing to the end. Continuous growth, adapting and evolving, reviewing and refining goals and visions. So always check in. We've talked about it. You should have a monthly, quarterly review of progress. And you don't have to wait till you have achieved everything before you can celebrate your success. Every milestone, celebrate. Every goal, small goal achieved, every short-term goal achieved, celebrate. Don't say, no, 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 I'm going to wait till I become the doctor before I can throw a big party. Every milestone, celebrate. This will also add to your motivation. Then learn from your setbacks. Of course, things will go wrong. When things go wrong, ask yourself, what am I going to learn from this? What will I do differently? Learn from your mistakes and improve. Finally, Adjust as needed. You must be flexible. I've talked about you're not a tree, you can move. Life changes, and so should your goal. So be flexible and willing to pivot when things change. For example, we're in the AI era. If you're on this platform, I don't know how to use any AI tool at all. You're not flexible. Things have changed. You can achieve so much using these tools in little time than you can achieve trying to knock your head for months and months and months. So be flexible, be able to change and adjust. What's going on? What are the new trends? How do I incorporate these new trends into what I'm doing? Don't say, no, 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 I am old fashioned. I'm old fashioned. There are people that still don't use smartphones. They're still using Nokia 3310. You know how backward and how limited they are. That's what happens when you're not flexible or open to the trends, and the things, the new technology that can help you to be more productive. Yes. Know that goal setting and vision boarding, they're ongoing processes, not a one-time event. So as you achieve your goals, set new ones. As you achieve your goals, set new ones. As the vision is being achieved, remove it and add new ones. It's an ongoing process. And finally, some takeaways. Goals provide direction and purpose. It provides clarity, and visualization empowers achievement. Action and consistency are crucial. Without action, without consistency, you can never achieve any goal. You will never be able to achieve that vision without action and consistency. You can set all the goals you want, create the vision board you want, visualize all day. If you don't get up and take a step towards this thing that you want to achieve consistently, you will never achieve it. Then review and adaptation leads to continuous growth. Now, we have come to the end of today's class. I am still going to share our assessment so that we can test ourselves. Does anybody have any questions? Any question? If you have a question, please put it on the YouTube chat box or put it on the WhatsApp group, and I will be there throughout this today and this weekend to attend to them. So thank you all for joining us. I am now going to share the assessment link so that now that your brain is still fresh and hot from this class, you can be able to take your assessment. And don't just stop at the assessment. Write your vision down. Don't just stop at writing the vision. Go online. Now with Google Gemini or AI tools or Meta, you can type in and create an image of what you want. You want to be a doctor, put your picture and tell the Gemini or AI, prompt it, please wear me a neurosurgeon attire. It will produce it with your face and you stick it there. This program that I'm running right now at the University of Lagos, when I made up my mind I'm going to further my education, I'm going to have a doctorate degree. It's been 20 years that I left school. I've not gone back to the four walls of school. The first thing I did, like I said, before you take the first step, visualize. The first thing I did, I put my picture on AI. I said, please put me in doctorate degree holder attire. And he printed an amazing, those big gowns, their big hats and those things that they hold on their hand, and put my face on it. Oh, I loved it. I put Dr. Ogo Boeli, printed it and stuck it on my vision board. Shortly after then, I started asking, what's the next step to take? I needed to go get a form to do a PGD before I can do a master because I got a third class. You all know that. If you don't know it now. And with a third class degree, you can't do a master's, you have to do a PGD. And because I'm also transitioning from the course that I originally studied to education, I decided to do a PGD in education. And I applied and they gave me the admission. Now I'm studying my PGD in education, which I'm totally loving, totally loving. After which I'll go for my master's, after which I'll go for my PhD. And I'm going to be a doctor before I'm 50 years old. It all started with a desire, and I dare to visualize it. So I encourage you, I encourage you. What is that thing? This is a long-term goal. Don't think that these things is what you just achieve tomorrow, next tomorrow. But I encourage you, create a vision board and put it before you. And you'll be so amazed what you can achieve in 5 years, in 10 years, even in 1 year. Thank you all for joining today. And we'll see you next week, Monday, as we begin week 4 of our personal development training for adults. Thank you once again, and God bless you. Please look out for the assessment link on the WhatsApp platform.